August, the dog days of summer. What else is there to do but drink cold things and watch TV? So here's what we have for you. All the things that we could find that are new and streaming in August 2022.
This is Kickin' and Streamin' Podcast.
Netflix. Carter, August 5th. A man wakes up with a mysterious mark on his neck, an army of guns pointed in his direction, and no recollection of his past. The one thing he knows? There's a strange voice in his ear that's calling him Carter and telling him to run. Ju Wan tries to recover the truth behind his identity in this new action-packed Netflix film, Carter. Mo, streaming August 24th. Comedian Mo Amir, who you may recognize from his supporting role in the Hulu series Rami, or possibly his own Netflix specials, gets a Rami of his own in this self-titled, semi-true-to-his-own-life dramedy series about a Palestinian immigrant living in Texas with his family. Rami Youssef co-created the series and executive produces. It almost seems a little bit like a Rami spin-off. Disney Plus, premiering August 5th. Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. Finn has arranged a surprise vacation for his friends aboard the galactic star cruiser, the Halcyon, but Finn's plan quickly goes awry when he's separated from the group. Alone on board the Halcyon, Finn encounters three Force spirits, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and Princess Leia, who each share their own unexpected stories of vacations gone wrong. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, premiering August 17th. In Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Jennifer Walters, an attorney specializing in superhuman-oriented legal cases, must navigate the complicated life of a single 30-something who also happens to be a 6'7" superpowered She-Hulk. Andor, premiering August 31st. The Andor series will explore a new perspective from the Star Wars galaxy, focusing on Cassian Andor's journey to discover the difference he can make. The series brings forward the tale of the rebellion against the Empire and how people and planets became involved. It's an era filled with danger, deception, and intrigue where Cassian will embark on the path that is destined to turn him into a rebel hero. HBO Max. The Princess, premiering August 13th. The Princess is an intimate and immersive look at the life of Princess Diana, drawing solely from contemporaneous archival audio and video footage to take audiences back to key events in Diana's life as they happened, including a seemingly fairy tale public courtship and wedding, the birth of two sons, a bitter divorce, and Diana's tragic and untimely death on August 31st, 1997. House of the Dragon, premiering August 21st. Hey look, it's a prequel to that show I never watched. House of the Dragon, one of the most anticipated shows of 2022, is finally coming to HBO Max on August 21st. Based on George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood, the series, which is set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones, tells the story of the House of Targaryen. Hulu, This Fool, premiering August 12th. Inspired by the life and stand-up of star and co-creator Chris Estrada, This Fool is an irreverent, cinematic half-hour comedy set in working-class South Central LA. The show centers around Julio Lopez, a 30-year-old who still lives at home, has been dating his girlfriend on and off since high school, and finds any excuse to avoid dealing with his own problems. Julio works at Hugs Not Thugs, a gang rehabilitation nonprofit where he butts heads with his older cousin, an ex-gang member who just got out of prison and moved in with Julio and his family. Legacy, the true story of the LA Lakers, premiering August 15th. This limited series, which features exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and executives, takes a behind-the-scenes look at the iconic basketball team's legacy, from their Showtime era in 1979 to the off-court business deals that resulted in a $5 billion empire. This documentary will examine the sibling rivalry, interpersonal conflict, and corporate unrest prominent among company executives over the last 40 years, and will feature interviews that shed new light on the collision of family, business, and power that threatened the Lakers' emblematic legacy. Mike, limited series, premieres August 25th. Step into the ring with Mike Tyson in Hulu's 8-part limited series about the legendary and troubled boxer. Trevante Rhodes stars in the series, which details Tyson's life from childhood to the present, touching on his rise to world champion and cultural icon, his rape conviction and prison sentence, and the infamous biting incident. Mike is an unauthorized and no-holds-barred look at the life of Mike Tyson, and it is one wild ride. Welcome to Rexham, premiering August 25th. In 2020, Hollywood actors Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds teamed up to purchase the football team Wrexham AFC, hoping to bring success to the underdog outfit and, in the process of making Welcome to Wrexham, getting the whole world to root for them. Rob and Ryan, however, have absolutely no experience in football, or soccer if you prefer, or working with each other, but both are serious about their Wrexham AFC investment, genuinely wanting to improve the club and do right by the town and engage with local supporters. The Patient, limited series, premieres August 30th. The Patient is a psychological thriller about a therapist, Alan Strauss, played by Steve Carell, who's held prisoner by a patient, Sam Fortner, played by Domhnall Gleeson, who reveals himself to be a serial killer. Sam has an unusual therapeutic demand for Alan: curb his homicidal urges. Over the course of his imprisonment, Alan uncovers not only how deep Sam's compulsion runs, but also how much work he has to do to repair the rift in his own family. With time running out, Alan fights desperately to stop Sam before Alan becomes complicit in Sam's murders, or worse, becomes a target himself. Amazon Prime, Game of Spy, premieres August 1st. This Japanese action series is about a descendant of ninjas who defeats enemies by using ancient ninja weapons. Japan is being targeted by criminals, and a group of secret agents, the GOS, are secretly working to save the nation. They've got 72 hours to save Tokyo's 14 million residents from a terror attack by Mundo, a worldwide terrorist group. Can they do it in time? And what is Mundo's true goal anyway? A League of Their Own, premieres August 12th. Based on the 1992 movie, A League of Their Own evokes the joyful spirit of Penny Marshall's beloved classic as it follows the journey of the World War II All-American Professional Women's Baseball League players. It widens the lens to tell the story of an entire generation of women who dreamed of playing professional baseball. This series follows a new ensemble of sharp and hilarious characters as they carve their paths toward the field, along the way finding their teams and themselves. Samaritan, premiering August 26th. 13-year-old Sam Cleary suspects that his mysterious and reclusive neighbor, Mr. Smith, played by Sylvester Stallone, is actually a legend hiding in plain sight. 20 years ago, Granite City's super-powered vigilante, Samaritan, was reported dead after a fiery warehouse battle with his rival, Nemesis. Most believe Samaritan perished in the fire, but some in the city, like Sam, have hope that he is still alive. With crime on the rise and the city on the brink of chaos, Sam makes it his mission to coax his neighbor out of hiding to save the city from ruin. Peacock, The Hillside Strangler, Devil in Disguise, premiering August 2nd. This 4-part docuseries offers a new, in-depth peek inside the minds of notorious serial-killing cousins Kenneth Bianchi and Angelo Buono, who allegedly impersonated off-duty police officers to lure unsuspecting victims to their deaths before leaving their bodies to be found on the hillsides of East LA during the 1970s. This 4-part series features new and exclusive interviews with those close to the case, including Bianchi's former girlfriend at the time of the LA killings, Sherry Kellison. They/Them premieres August 5th. Kevin Bacon plays Owen Whistler in this slasher horror film set in an LGBTQIA+ conversion camp. Several queer and trans campers join Whistler for a week of programming intended to help them find a new sense of freedom. As the camp's methods become increasingly more psychologically unsettling, the campers must work together to protect themselves. When a mysterious killer starts claiming victims, things get even more dangerous. The Undeclared War premieres August 18th. The 6-episode limited series follows a team of analysts working for the UK's equivalent of the NSA. The story follows a team of covert analysts working on behalf of the Government Communications Headquarters. Newcomer Hannah Kalik-Brown leads the project as Sarah Parvin, a 21-year-old intern who finds herself thrown into the deep end when a routine stress test of internet infrastructure goes awry. Sarah and her cohorts must stay one step ahead of their cunning opponent. The battleground may be digital, but the stakes are very real. The End is Nigh premieres August 25th. This unscripted series from Bill Nye, Seth MacFarlane, and Brannon Braga will send Nye into the most epic global disasters imaginable, both natural and unnatural, and then demystify them using science to show how we can survive, mitigate, and even prevent them. Each standalone episode takes a hell-bent dive into the mystery and terror of one specific threat. Every catastrophe is abundant with thrills, but it also offers a hope and a way forward, a scientific blueprint for surviving anything that comes our way. Apple TV. 5 Days at Memorial premieres August 12th. Based on actual events and adapted from the book by Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Sherry Fink, 5 Days at Memorial is a medical drama miniseries that chronicles the impact of Hurricane Katrina and its aftermath on a local hospital. When the floodwaters rose, power failed, and heat soared, exhausted caregivers at a New Orleans hospital were forced to make decisions that would haunt and follow them for years to come. Bad Sisters premieres August 19th. The newest comedy from creator and star Sharon Horgan is a delicious blend of both dark comedy and thriller. It is also set on the breathtaking coast of Ireland. This new 10-episode series follows the lives of the Garvey sisters, who are bound together by the premature death of their parents, as well as a promise to always protect one another. And that's everything we have for you for streaming in August of 2022. Thanks so much for tuning in, and please make sure to like and subscribe.